Hello, I'm Joanna.
And I'm Mich.
And welcome to the first episode of Literature Podcast of 2019. It sounds really weird to say 2019.
I know. After you said it, I just imagine like a confetti popper, like. Sounds like it needs to be there. How was your New Year's?
My New Year's?
Did you do anything fun?
I mean, I stayed up till midnight, and I got to talk to you in my pajamas, and that's as exciting as I got. How was your New Year's?
That's fun. We had a game night with a bunch of family. It was good. I horribly sucked at Monopoly. First one out, like half hour in. It was horrible. But then we played Sushi Go and some dominoes. And, it went by pretty quickly. We had Chinese food, so that was good.
Sounds good. We had, on the 1st of January, we decided to get ramen and Brussels sprouts.
We had spaghetti. So good. Today we're going to be discussing what our bookish goals are for 2019, as well as some of our most anticipated book releases and reads for this year.
All right, first on our list, we're going to talk about our Goodreads goals for this year. My goal for 2018 was 75 books. However, I felt really pressured to just read a lot of books, and I think it really detoured me from reading more of the books that I wanted to. So for 2019, I'm just going to make my goal 50 in hopes that I feel a little bit less stressed than I did in 2018.
Yeah, that's kind of not the reading stress of it, but for 2018, my goal was 140, which I surpassed by reading 145, and I was quite proud of that since about halfway through the year, about June-ish, I realized that I was 8 books behind, and then I had, you coming over for 10 days, which was amazing, and then I had my cousin coming over for another week, and then we went on a 3-week trip, and oh my god, I had to push myself, but I made it. But the last few weeks I've been feeling really stressed about how much time everything takes, reading, blogging, family, podcast, everything. So instead of pushing myself for 2019, I think I'm going to keep it simple and go for only 125 books this year.
Only 125.
So moving on to our other bookish goals for this year. My first goal is going to finally be to read the Hush Hush series. I've had it on my shelf for so long now, and I always say I'm going to start that next. But for some reason I never actually do. I'm always once I finish this, I'm going to start that, and then I pick up something else. So this year I will read this series.
Is Hush Hush the one with the angel?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have it, but I have literally seen this book so many times since middle school, I feel like. I
got them from a garage sale. I got the whole set at a garage sale for $2.
My first goal for this year is that I really want to catch up on the A Song of Ice and Fire series by George R.R. Martin. I'm really close. I read the first 4 books last year. I'm about to start A Dance with Dragons, so I only have 1,033 pages to go. I would like to finish this book prior to the 8th season coming on in April. I think it's April. I haven't actually looked at when the release date is going to be for it because I am horribly lazy. But past that, I would like to pick up the Fire and Blood book so that I can get a little bit Targaryen history because who doesn't need that in their life? And I did not know that there was another book, The Winds of Winter, and apparently it is not finished, and I cannot find a release date, and I guess it has been in the works for an extraordinarily long time. But I figure at that point I will be ready.
All right, my next goal for the year is to read 1 or 2 classics. I'm not sure which ones yet, maybe some Jane Austen or Frankenstein or something, I'm not sure. But I feel like it's time for me to catch up on some classics. I've read Alice in Wonderland last year, and I think it was last year that I did Pride and Prejudice. So I think it's time to pick up a couple more classics.
I am going to do something this year that you're going to love. I'm going to finally start and finish the Mortal Instruments series.
Start and finish.
Yes, because there's just no way that I'm going to remember that first book that I read years ago. Mm-hmm. So just start and finish. I'm going to read the Infernal Devices series, and honestly, I just want to catch up on all the Cassandra Clare novels because everyone's obsessed with them, and you tell me how good they are, and I trust your opinion. So
I mean, okay, so the Mortal Instruments is amazing. The Infernal Devices I loved because, like, Jem is in that. But my husband tried to read The Infernal Devices and he hated it because it's in, like, a Victorian era. So if that's not your thing, then I would say to maybe skip that one and go straight to the Dark Art of Faces series. That one's pretty good, too.
Luckily, I do like the Victorian era, so I should like
all of them. Oh, good.
But,
then you'll be able to see Jem and Will and Tessa. Oh, yeah. I love them.
Like, goodbye 2018 commitment issues with Cassandra Clare, and I guess my whole life commitment issues with Cassandra Clare.
I mean, when did her first book come out, even?
Gosh, I don't know. Was it the first? Was it City of Bones was her first book? Because that was the first time I ever saw her. Okay.
Yeah.
God, I picked that up. I believe I read it when I was in 8th grade. So
a while ago.
A while ago. We're going to look it up.
Well,
Titty
you
of
look
Bone.
it up.
Okay.
Titty of Bone. Don't Google that. That's not going to come up very well.
2007. Wow. So,
wow.
That was
I didn't think they were that old.
Yep, March 27th, 2007. So that was released. Yeah. Okay, so only a 10-year commitment problem.
There you go. Now you get to catch up. Now you don't have to wait for too many books, though. So that's a bonus.
That is a bonus. I hate waiting for books.
All right, my last goal for this year is kind of a backwards one, but I think it's one that's going to help me with 2019. So it's going to be to finish all the ebooks that I currently have on my phone that authors have sent me to review for them. But ebooks make me like super grumpy and irritable. I don't know if you guys knew that about me, but when I read them, it's like painful. Like I get headaches and I'm just so miserable. So I'd like to be able to finish all of those books. I think there's like 5 or 6. And then I think I'm just going to give myself a break for ebooks for the rest of the year and just kind of like enjoy my reading this year.
Yeah, I hate ebooks too. I don't know if it's because neither of us have an e-reader, so reading off our phone is just horrible for our eyes.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's just uncomfortable to read. And I don't like sitting at my computer either to read something on like a PDF file.
Oh my goodness, PDFs are like the worst on my phone because then you have to like zoom in and like move the page around.
Yeah, and I never can save where I was at. I can never seem to remember where I last left off, and then I just never finish it.
Mm-hmm.
Life. My last goal for this year, I want to listen to more audiobooks. I read a few, well, I guess I listened to a few in 2018. And I did enjoy them. It made it where when I am busy, if I'm walking my dog, if I'm, driving for long periods of time, which I tend to do a lot of lately. So it just makes it to where I can technically read even when I'm extraordinarily busy or the times that I get really horrible migraines because that seems to happen a lot.
Oh no.
So I'm going to try to listen to more audiobooks and see if I can just kind of get more books into me. That sounds really weird.
Into you?
Get more books into me. Fill me with so many books.
All right. Now, we're going to talk about our most anticipated book releases of the year. So my first one is definitely going to be King of Scars by Leah Bardugo, which is set to release at the end of this month on January 29th, and I'm so excited about it. I've been meaning to pre-order it, but I just haven't for some reason, so I'll probably go pick that up like the day it comes out.
I knew this was going to be on your list. When I typed up my list, I told my husband, she's definitely going to have this book on here, and he's like, what are you talking about?
Were you talking out loud while you were typing yours too?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I kept on like, when does this one come out? He's like, when does one come out?
All right. One of my biggest releases is the Goblet of Fire Illustrated Edition. I was super excited.
Out this year?
Yes. It was. I thought it was going to come out in 2018 because they've had them, every year, which I am okay with this one taking longer. Yeah. I can definitely see going from Prisoner of Azkaban to needing way more time with Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm so excited. I'm a little nervous of how huge it's gonna be. And how I don't know how much my shelves can handle of the illustrated editions.
Your shelves are much sturdier than mine, so I think
Oh
your
yeah.
shelves would be able to possibly handle it.
I don't know. Didn't I send you on Snapchat about when one of my shelves literally broke out of the wall and was just sitting forward? I'm like, that's dangerous.
All right, another one that I can't wait to read this year would be You Owe Me a Murder by Eileen Cook, which comes out on March 5th. I'm so excited for this book. I've loved both of her other, like, suspense books, and I can't wait for this one.
Eileen Cook is a fantastic author. I love
She
her books
totally
so
is.
much. And I just love her personality in general.
She's so fun.
Yeah. If you guys didn't know already, we had an interview with Eileen Cook on our podcast back on episode 10. If you would like to check that out, I will link it down in the description for you guys as well. Right, the next one on my list is one that I didn't know was coming out until I researched some books that are coming out this year. And it's A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. I did try to find the correct pronunciation of this name, but I did not actually find anybody who was confident that this is actually how you pronounce it, so this is what we're going with. But it is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and that's all I need to know. Like,
I love Beauty and the Beast retellings.
yeah, like, I'm sold. And it comes out January 29th, so I think we're both going to be going out and buying two different brand new releases
on the same day.
We'll have to go at the same time. We'll just Skype each other
At the
bookstore.
bookstore. That won't look crazy at all.
I mean, we've done crazier things. We've been on Skype.
That's probably true. All right. The last one I have on my list is actually 3 of them, because they're all by Cassandra Clare, and they all come out this year. And I couldn't pick one that I was most excited for, because I'm excited for all of them. So the first one is the first book in her new Eldest Curses series, which is Alec and Magnus's story. So that Red Scrolls of Magic comes out on April 9th. And then I'm also super excited for Jem and Tessa's story, which is coming out in the Ghosts of the Shadow Market, which comes out on June 4th. And then there's also the Chain of Gold book, which is the first book in her Last Hours series, I believe. Yeah, the Last Hours series, which comes out on November 19th. So there's like 2 more trilogies for sure coming out.
My commitment issues are starting to kind of come back up. I'm kidding.
You're questioning yourself now.
Okay, first off, something I've always wondered about Cassandra Clare, just because I've always noticed that there's always a new release from her, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
How fast does she write? Like, every book that I'm seeing is so long, and she's just book.
Well, these ones lately, like, I'm pretty sure, I'll check, give me a second, but I'm pretty sure that these ones lately are written with someone else.
Still. Hot damn.
Yeah.
I feel like the idea of writing a novel seems very daunting. The idea of just, like, releasing a few a year sounds insane. And
yeah, so the Red Scrolls of Magic is written by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. And I'm pretty sure that the other ones are also double written. I haven't checked for sure, but I'm pretty sure. So I mean, it'd be a little bit easier, writing with someone else, I would assume. At the same time, it could also be harder, because how do you get your story across? It would take a lot of communication.
Yeah. I don't know. She's a magical
I'm going through
woman.
her list of books. She has so many.
She is a magical woman.
She is.
All right. I don't know if there's any more information since I last looked, but I need a new A Court of Thorns and Roses book this year. So bad. Like, I want to know more about
Is there one
Feyre
coming out?
and Rhys. I could not find anything. I just want there to be. Like, literally, I'm like, it's a new year, and there's not going to be a new Throne of Glass novel this year, so there needs to be a new ACOTAR book.
Well, I
this
know
year.
that they're
I'm gonna
doing,
cry.
she's doing the spin-off books, which I'm totally okay with, because obviously they're
Yeah.
still going to be in the story. But hopefully that's soon. Hopefully there's an announcement. Although, I also want an announcement of when this movie is going to be happening, because she had gotten that screenplay last year, and although I'm not always excited about, movies and stuff, I'm actually excited about that one. Because then my husband might actually read the books. He needs to visualize characters. He can't read a book unless he's seen a movie. So, just one movie. Even if it sucks, it's fine.
I wish they'd make a series, though. I just feel like Sarah J. Maas deserves a series, just like Harry Potter deserved a series.
Like a TV series?
Oh my god, yes. Can you imagine a TV
They're
series?
supposed to be making
Harry
a
Potter?
Hulu Throne of Glass series.
Fuck me sideways. Oh my god.
Called Queen of Shadows, yeah. Hulu is supposed to be doing it.
How? What? Okay, this is in my look up and fangirl overloads. Okay, what
You
is-
didn't know that?
Fuck no, I didn't.
Oh, it's been in the works for like 2 years or something, but it's
It's happening. So
It's-
Hulu.
possibly happening. Yeah.
Queen of Queen is what I wrote.
Queen of Queen.
I'm like, Queen. Oh my god.
I'm just too excited to write it.
I kind of am. Like, I don't get excited about movies so much anymore. I mean, I love the Harry
I
Potter
don't
movies.
watch
and stuff,
very
but
many
I
movies.
feel very sad with pretty much all other things.
Hmm.
Series, man. Or make a Netflix interactive.
Netflix.
Kidding.
Which way would you like them to go?
Let's really fuck up this plot right now. Oh my god.
Oh.
I just need my desk. Oh my gosh. My husband built me this really nice computer, right?
Yeah.
But it's the monitor, not the monitor. The tower is so much bigger than my other one, and there's just not a whole lot of leg room. So I feel like if I move slightly, I'm just banging my knees or something all over this desk. I'm just banging something on this desk all the time.
There we go.
Just take that out of context.
Well, with that was all we had for today's episode. What are your reading goals for 2019, and what new releases are you guys most excited for?
If you'd like to get more lit, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Castbox, or anywhere else that you listen to us. All of our other social media will be linked below.
If you like this episode, be sure to give it a like or rate our podcast. It really helps us to keep doing what we love. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.